I'm Jennie Stringfellow, and I'm playing Carrie Watts. It's been quite a few years since I've been on the board, so to speak. I've been mostly directing. I did 45 Seconds this past year, and the year before that, I think it was, anyway, the Sugar Bean Sisters and Daddy's Dying. So I haven't been on the stage in quite a few years. The last time was the Fairy Godmother and Cinderella when we opened the theater, and I can't remember what year that was. But I've been acting for years and years. First play I ever did here, I think, was in 1976, and yeah, and I was playing Jane, and the girl who called me up, who'd been directing here, said, "Jennie, we need a plain Jane to come in and play this role," and I was so excited that I didn't even take offense that they needed a plain Jane. Oh, well, it's a tour de force for a female and an older woman, and there are very few roles for older women written with this much strength to them. There's comedies, and there's always place for an older woman, but not to the degree of this. And it also tells a story, a real sweet story about life and about what really does go on when generations mix. Even though this takes place in the early 50s, it's poignant to today. I mean, it's not poignant. It's poignant, but it's comparable to today and the desires of older people, and Anyway, so I went for it. I had to work hard to get it. There's a lot of competition. Well, I gave him chloroform. No. I gave him laughing gas. She's older. There's no real age limit on her. I'd say she's between 65 and 80. She's been on a farm all of her life, raised her son on a farm. Her papa owned the farm, so she's from a small area on the Gulf, on the river in Texas. And actually the town is called Wharton. I believe Whartom, not positive about that, but Horton Foot. But anyway, he's from Texas, and all of his plays, according to my friend who's from Texas, a small town near there, are written about his area. So this is written about Wharton, Texas. And I believe, maybe you'll get a little comments and people stand us down, and then that's good. Anyway, she's gone to live with her son and her daughter-in-law. The son was ill and had to stop working, and so they been living on her pension check. But he's back to work now, but of course he's starting at the bottom. And so the paycheck, the money's not affordable for her to go back to her farm, which was all run down anyway, but she's got that dream to go back. So she doesn't realize that you can't go home again, as Thomas Wolfe said. And it's about her escapades and trying to run away and get there. My favorite line, you want me to tell it to you? It's, my daughter-in-law's Jessie May, and I say, "Poor Jessie May, she thinks everybody's crazy, don't want to sit around all day in beauty parlors and drink Coca-Colas." That just sums her up. I love it. I love that line. Everybody will take away what strikes them as something familiar in the history of their lives. It's like looking at a picture, and everyone sees something different. Even people see colors different. And so I have no idea what they'll take away. But I think that the majority of people will enjoy it. It's a unique story. Most of us, when we read it, the cast, we've talked about this, and most of us, when we read it, said, "Well, I don't know, it's slow, it's sad, it's this and that and the other." And then when we got into it, we realized what a sweet, sweet, beautiful story it is. You can compare it to shows like Driving Miss Daisy that elicit the empathy of older people and understanding of younger people and of times gone by. We don't live in that world anymore. I think community theater is absolutely wonderful. And we've got one of the oldest, I think the second oldest in the state. And it is community. It is community. Everybody can come out here, work, arms are open, sewing, set building, painting, camaraderie. Um, if you stay with us long enough, you become part of the family. But we welcome people who just shoot in and shoot out. A lot of university kids come and audition, and they enhance our stage because they're going for their theater education. Maybe they have a little edge of experience, but we don't demand that anybody have experience and or even ask for it. That's what we are as a community theater. It's a gathering of people to get together to try to tell a story as an author wrote it. And I'm so lucky to have this big theater. Ooh, well, I don't think I want anybody to know anything about me.